Okay, hello, a very good day to you. I got some calls from my students that they are having a problem with the cue card. Describe a poisonous plant. Okay, I looked through the internet and a lot of answers were based on potato, tomato. And if you give these two answers in Ielts, in your speaking interview, I don't think so that you will get 7+ bands. Because simply, they are not poisonous plants. Okay, both of them are fruits. Fruits of a plant. But the cue card is about describe a poisonous plants. So you have to be very careful what actually been asked from you. And then there have been as very scientific answers like different names, some of them you cannot even pronounce. So don't use that things. Go very simple with it. And some of the people use the cue card, use the lily of the valley to answer this cue card. Lily of the valley. And the problem with such kind of answers is that all the information you are taking from internet. You can be prepared for it. But when you go in the exam hall, okay, there is a lot of pressure on you. Okay, so in that case, what happens, like whatever you have prepared or you have crammed, there is a tendency for human behavior, human brain to forget all those things, and you will be empty. Nothing will be there in your head. So I'm telling you again, all the answers for this cue cards, make it natural or get it from your own life, your own experiences, on your own events, memories. In that case, what happens? You don't need to be prepared for them. They will always be in your head, just like memories, childhood memories. Okay, your events, things you discussed with your friends, that are natural. And that things when you're giving exams, that will come automatically to your head. Okay, now I'm gonna give you a very simple example of poisonous plants. Okay, as basically I'm from India. In India, everybody has known this plant. It is known by the name of Aak. A-A-K. It is green in color like all the plants. And it is just like a weed. Okay, it can be found anywhere. In cities, in villages, wherever the empty land is, you can find this plant. Okay, now to look it more good, I'm gonna convert it into English, not the scientific name. Okay, not the scientific name, just the name, so that I can convey it to the people who only understand English. Okay, now what happens? Like, if you turn away a leaf of this plant, it produces milk-like substance. Okay, milk-like substance. It's white in color, and it is very, very thick. So such things you call latex. It produces a milk and latex. So we take a word milk from here, and it is grown in the city and villages anywhere where the empty land is. Such plants or small plants are called as weeds. So we can come up with the name of milk weeds. Milk weeds. Now what you have to remember is the word milkweed, that is the name of your poisonous plants. In local language, it is called Aak. It can be found in city villages, wherever the empty land is. Now, what is this? These are your points when the examiner gave you 1 minute to get ready for those points. Okay, after that, what we're going to do? We're going to find the information. Like what information we have on this plant. Okay, now you can say that all of my life, like our parents say that don't go near that plant. That plant is very poisonous for Okay, so that's it. You can say it is a poisonous plant. Okay, leaves are poisonous. Okay, then it bears fruits which are also green in color and are mostly oval shaped, just like an egg. Okay, they are also considered as poisonous. Then you can give a description about the flowers. That the flowers on this are white in color with purple shade in them. Everybody has seen these plants. Okay, I'm just giving a description of what I have seen when I was a child, or I have seen when I am walking down the street. Okay, now I never heard. Okay, this is you have given the description about the plant. Now just tell about the plant in society. What does that plant have? Now I never heard in my life that somebody committed a suicide. Okay, suicide, or it is used in a murder case. This poison. It is just an what you call like somebody ate it by a mistake, or some children are playing around and they tore away the leaf and ate it, or maybe the latex went into the eye by somehow. So this is a accidental. This is a accidental poison. It's a accidental poison. So now you have to remember these things: description, then accidental poison. These are your basic bullet points which you're going to include in your cue card. Okay, this is a accidental poison. Now, what happens? Why it is poison looking? Now you have to describe examiner that it is a poison and how it's going to affect you. Okay, and why it is considered as poisonous. Now, the basic which I have seen from my personal experience, or I have heard from people, that is like if the latex, the milk-like product goes into your eye, it can take your capability of seeing. Okay, that is the one of this poisonous effect of this plant. Secondly, if the leaves or any part of the plant is inhaled, it can cause many health problems. As it is toxic to your internal organs. Like when you ate it, it can cause damage to your tongue, cause the inside of your cheeks, then to the windpipe. So this all includes the poisonous effects of this plant. Okay, now in this you can say latex going into eye and the capability of seeing is gone. Then leaves, inhaled, toxic, health problems. So these are all your points. Now this is your 1 minute of preparation. Now moving on to answering the cue card. Okay, now your 1 minute is finished. But the examiner gave you to write down all the points. Now you are answering the cue card. First of all, how are you going to start? Now remember, cohesive devices and the lexical resources, they are very important in these things. The examiner is going to mark you on those things. Okay, what are cohesive devices? Like the linking words. Okay, in the first line, I'm going to use it. How? Simply say, first of all, I am going to thank you for this topic. Simple, a greeting. A thank you to the examiner for giving me this topic. Now, first of all is a linking word, or it's one of the cohesive devices. So, the first word you said gives the impression to the examiner, yes, you know English. Okay, so this is the tricks. How you gonna get a good marks. Okay, this one line is your greetings or expression. Then in second line, say something about the poisonous plants. You say thank you for this topic. Then you're gonna tell him that. Now, you're gonna say that being honest being honest here, this topic is surprisingly hard. Okay, this topic is surprisingly hard because I don't know much about poisonous plants. Now, here you are being honest. You are telling what actually you are feeling about the topic. Okay. Now, this thing is done. Now, you're gonna tell him the real life example. How are you gonna tell him that this is your real life example? Now, you're gonna move on to your actual cue card. The first two things, feeling about the cue card. You gave to the examiner that how you feel about this particular topic. Now goes your introduction. In the introduction, you're gonna say that like, you told that I don't know much of the poisonous plants. Then you can say that if I remember right, when I was child, my parents used to tell me to stay away from a particular plant, which was considered as harmful for health. Okay, now here I should have used or I could have used poisonous, but what happens, it is the repetition of the words. So I used harmful for health. It is actually same as being poison or not good for health. So you have to be prepared to use different words. Okay, now what is this? This is your introduction. That if I remember right, when I was child, my parents used to tell me to stay away from a particular plant which was considered as harmful for health. Okay, then after that, you're gonna move on to the name of these plants. Then you can say, I don't exactly know the scientific name of this plant. Okay, simply you don't know the scientific name. Okay, it's very simple. Nobody knows like what the scientific names of these plants are called. But in actually scientist name is called Calotropis. Okay, you can use it. You don't want to use it, it's up to you. Then you can say that in my local language, it is called Ak. It is called Ak. And in English, it is famous by the name of milkweed. Why? Because of the latest like product which looks like milk is produced when you tore away the leaf or any flower or fruit from the plant. That you can give an example. Okay. Now this happens like this covers your around 6-7 lines of your cue card. After that, you can tell about this poisonous plant. Like why it is poisonous. You can say that mostly always remember comma. It's going to help you in your writing task. Mostly, all of the parts of this plant is considered toxic. Okay, now this is another word for poisonous. So I've changed it. I'm using a different range of vocabulary. Is toxic. Is toxic. Now, leaves or flowers or fruits, if inhaled, can cause damage to internal organs. Can cause damage to internal organs. Okay, this is I told them about why this plant is poisonous or not good for health. After that, what I have heard that the latex or the milk-like substance, by any chance, if get into your eyes, can cause vision loss. That is, your capability of seeing things, that will be gone forever. Okay, so this is another aspect why this plant is poisonous. Okay, now this information I think is more than enough. Now just moving on to the conclusion, that what you think about this poisonous plant. That's your own idea. What? Now I will say, like, being poisonous, being so poisonous, I never heard that this plant is used in suicides or in any kind of murders. It's poisonous, it can be used for them, but instead it is famous as an accidental poison. Accidental means like by some mistake you chew the leaf of this plant, or by mistake somebody is doing the cutting or something, that latex kind of fluid went into his eyes. So that's why it is a accidental poison. That is your conclusion, or what do you think about this plant? It is a famous as an accidental poison, and parents always tell their kids to stay away from this plant. Okay, then you can say, at the end you can say, that's all I have, the information on the poisonous plants. So, why I am telling you this? Like, be very simple when you are answering cue cards. Take your own life examples, or your experience, your memories. Then, in the exam hall, when all pressure is on you, you don't need to get back into your grey cells and find like what you prepared in the class or something. This will automatically kick in. Okay, that because you used a life type or use your real life example. Okay, so I think this poison class will help you. If you need any more cue cards, just message me, email me, or write down in the comments. I will get back to you. Thank you.